UK kura wona odwane.
The Kunu.
UK what they say UK watch it.
Also no cases use and as we say Mariska say the other one is in October November. So we do December January there. Not to say what there. There is almost one.
Areas ni bia wo there na so be shipa. O say Chelsea for are trying to help him. Oba na omoma no hostel facility bi wo Kobam around. O say oma pedan ama no. Onene ma me ne papa na ne nua keto aba no. Omo nyina wo fie ba.
Mbappe no mokofa na nko beti mama hostel facility.
Say o so wonu say ndie say
copy 2 rooms bi dia makura.
Dey be o seti oba ye no. Omo so onwo ho no omben Kobam.
Mama no hotel papa. Na wonna.
Debi ti.
No yenye no no. Man hotel papa na wonna.
Say obi a wo fi Brazil abade. Yan ko pe hotel be ni ma.
Hostel ayibia is school die.
Oh Debi. Omo say.
Okay.
Person or adapt it. So stay close to Kobam. Whilst we search for a place for you. And as they say, when you are dying, almost on any bush and phone in Uncle Fie Baco. Send a bay or bay comfortable.
Dino Crefo.
The king will be a wolfie Brazil. And crank. What I say? Intino, on one cast Chelsea, me was one person who manage boy in this situation very well. A Bianis a coach and try to explain why Pedro Neto is important in his team. Neto, no kwasa me woman say, Saboni Kutanwa. Adi Estevao di born be Neto entimi nyebi. But Neto no defensively ono so ya de. Sene be ya born empempi no ya ta hwe ball no. Ye ni wo kuta ball on the ball ball ni kuta ya then ye. But that me catch us football faces no. On and off the ball. Uko Portugal kra no a omu coaching mo no omo ye coaching Portugal, you can 2 faces, or more 4 faces. Say ukuta ball, say unkuta ball, say yaji ball near free with same defensive transition, attacking transition. In Senia, the Western warrior kind of 2 faces. In Portugal, Jose Mourinho, and Jose Fradamo, or there's a philosophy in the almost 4 faces. It's a mistake, say Bono, say ekutawa, what the year day, enkutawa, what the year day. Coaches ehwe faces no ya yehwe ball empempi yehwe se ukuta baller. So the conversation is that I was say we learn Estevao no off the ball osua sa de ne kind of ball no and I was say Pedro Neto so esua se ball ni kuta no then obeye. There are players that omo ye good e 2 faces ni nyina. Nti I understand the conversation mianka sa no menya Debia me pese me hu se Estevao bobo ni be ba me hu se coach no or manage situation and kakran I think say bibia be fine yenya botre ken me da say na Saviola ewo a just new site me am ni papa Saviola na ni birthday
okay
happy birthday Saviola
na me kasa makra Saviola
David me am Saviola bi o
okay
correct guy pa
yeah man I wish happy birthday.
Wow Sadat
Sadat, yeah.
Or say, oh, she mommy.
Okay.
And the wife back. Happy birthday.
Okay, Sadat.
Sadat, watch mommy.
Another strong guy.
Sadat.
Good morning, bro.
I've been monitoring the English Premiership very well. Now, me won't come up with brave. Kate, me share table no sir. Having experience with the Premiership, no. Now, me say share fixtures na. Me hunye me bi kakra. Hwema me nka asem che last season. Dema Liverpool for J League last season, no. Yes, that season Manchester City for start season here. City, we need 7 games, a draw 2 in the first 9 games. City had a good start last season. 2 games no more draw, you know. Omni Arsenal ball 2-2. Omni Newcastle ball 1-1. In the first 9 games, next City has just 7. I draw just 2. City started well. But after match day 10, and the City collapsed here. In the first 9, was just 7, or draw 2. The following 9 games, or share Barca, lose 6. 6 games no lose ye no. Or lose to Bournemouth, or lose to Brighton, Liverpool no, Manchester United no, Aston Villa no. So the City that started well collapsed after match day 10. And we hear a free league in the within the same period. Arsenal for leg and I said no musi start you know. Our problem beginning is say no bought so many drawn games. It's a real season, you know. Arsenal games or draw 14 games. Dama last season, Arsenal linked in Yanje League, you know. So many drawn games. Even after match day 11, no we're winning 5, we about draw 4, we lose 2. It's Arsenal, you know. Was a Manchester City starting year, Arsenal they draw. Net dorsal. Meanwhile, na Liverpool for in fact Liverpool the whole of last season lose 4. But between match day 1 to match day 30, no more lose back up. Into 3 games no more lose yen. And no match league there we are nasa. Not from the best show between match day 1 to match day 30. So Liverpool started well. Manchester City started well. Arsenal they no na a patchy kakra. Manchester City collapsed after match day 10. Liverpool did not collapse. Arsenal their almost collapse came from drawn games. And I'm Liverpool for a fast league. Afi Arsenal are starting year. Though yes, starting yes, say Baku Crow lose here. It's understandable because we can't for no lose to again. We lose against Liverpool. It makes sense. Arsenal winning 8. We about draw Baku. We lose to Baku. Draw game no. It was against draw game boy and we lose to Baku. We winning 8. It's the Arsenal are starting here. Unlike last season now, not all and draw. Arsenal are starting here. Wabo Manchester United, wabo City. Games now wabo no but Arsenal last starting year no. Liverpool started well and also collapsed here by losing 4 games on the bounce.
That's 12 points.
That's 12 points. And on my year dear frame. Manchester City dear no. Me who am we? City me who am we? Inti permutations of last season a favor Arsenal this season. Come on, we didn't want to say. Inti teams that was saying Arsenal competing on Liverpool, Manchester City. Say a Manchester City na a enkane Bernardo Silva on the prime. Kevin De Bruyne on the prime. Ebia a Manchester City na Rodri on the prime no. Arsenal between mu 10 points. But it means sabe si mi po. Wo odo sabe si o po. Do you me menya gidi akase. Problem be in City for will compete. But this is a Manchester City team. Omo inconsistent. It's Arsenal, those 2 clubs chasing them. City are your GDS so me chasing no. And yes, our City now, it's me winning bear 12 games on the bounce in Libya. And yes, our City no. And Liverpool so I bet me yes no. 12 games now, 12 points now one drop you know. It will be difficult for them to come back.
It also.
It's already Arsenal are taking a good step.
League so much.
Yentia, me who some go for the dinner don't want our GDS Arsenal like Jenny say. Those clubs competing them no. All when yes are strong are. It's say league good Arsenal. Say that's sorry na Arsenal Angelica. Arsenal woman a sign. And it seems now a competing in the bayard. Because I feel in near me be a DG league be a Arsenal will be. I am seeing a lot of improvement here. Last season, as at this stage, now Arsenal did 3 red cards. Me say now we a story be was the Arsenal for committed fouls be. Last year, as at match day 11, now Arsenal did 3 red cards. When a yellow cards, Makumaku 24. I feel no red card, just 10 yellow cards.
How many disciplines to say?
I feel more discipline. No red cards, less of the yellow cards. They defend well. A piano sayabo season or consider 3 goals. Yanko baby. Say Sawara. discipline say afi Declan Rice coach the instructor say Arsenal baller get closer to Martin Zubimendi. Last year na Declan Rice average more touches our opponent penalty box no pe goals she bebre afi we wusa afi na Zubimendi aba. He's trying to adapt. He's not Thomas Partey who knows the legs, who knows how to play in the Premiership. Into Woko Bebreba, you are exposing him. Get close to him. Into Afi Declan Rice. Sa yanko enim bebre. What's so? Into said Declan Rice that's so. There is always around Martin Zubimendi. Meaning say you have two defensive players protecting Saliba and Gabriel Magalhaes, who bad 3 or 4 years they've been very consistent. Afi Arsenal defending in a 4-4-2. Say France for now ubo Mikel Merino baso. So even without Victor Gyökeres, obebo ni ye, we ka sombo 10 obebo, we ka sombo 6 obebo, ombo 8 obebo, unsung hero. Inti the Arsenal wa afi even with key players, they are still playing. Nyamiadom fixtures no eye. Unim say Oshe Sunderland. Arsenal for Ejampo Akobe 28 no Arsenal City ni Liverpool bebo no no actually Liverpool mo be 10 no actually City mo be 9 points. Also the pressure to almost
and that game no be prefer draw.
Yeah,
Arsenal ni obe prefer no so draw.
Oh, I did yeah.
Draw game no so Arsenal.
Very important. I was so about we Arsenal need na
Premier League are you weak na?
Me kasa are weak no anya fair to Arsenal. I bet to say afi Arsenal our poor position to win it. It's over because are you weak? But what to talk the Jurgen Klopp Pep Guardiola era because are you weak?
Because BBN one bit me say Liverpool will lose 4 consecutive
Premier League games
1 2 3 4 team up league aji.
Any possible.
But still, Liverpool consider almost lose how many points? Table no. Almost drop 4 points straight
on the bounce.
Almost that's what that 30.
Any credit.
See, Emma League, you know.
Yeah, it's true.
The teams are almost Liverpool, you know, including even Chelsea. So Liverpool lose 4 matches.
Liverpool lose 2
That's still Olidi.
Lead Chelsea in Man
United, the money, Spurs, money.
Because Ken 4 games who lose to us 12 points.
12 points, yeah.
Because Liverpool no more that's so. To lose to us 12 points. Not still on one. Only the Chelsea and Manchester. There's a problem. Inti agree. On say I had to say a final Leicester City a J League, you know. It was a year City were off. Liverpool were off. Competition in Bayer, Leicester, and a Tottenham. Chelsea be muka kra no mte koye. Bayer, Leicester, Tottenham. Bebre. But what the Micho yase. But me susu say that kind of season ibini. But the more you drum that, you're not being fair to Arsenal because truth be told. And more of Arsenal are playing well, to be honest.
And am I consistent?
Oh, the Arsenal. What would deserve? You have the best goalkeeper. 2 years in year, David Raya, or the best goalkeeper. I will Premiership anymore. Say enye De La Fuente Shisho anymore. I was said the Spanish national team on the number 1. Not the Omko World Cup. The last 2 years in year, Gabriel Magalhaes and Saliba partnership, no, I am solid. But yanka omase because Arsenal NJ Champions League and answer or more finals of the Champions League in Tiafan say normal. But Sanko for me, they've been consistent, solid guys. And Arsenal Bobo Awana. Oh, say one player people do not talk about him during Timber. Right back while Bobo ye Munkai Ben White Crebu.
Timber there.
One player who is playing very well. Last season, Lewis Kelly in a ball left back. Say Califieri ball now Obono. Ama Lewis Kelly ball need the feature. Inti Nyamiatom Ken Sunderland the says Omudin offer Sunderland the dinner F. Nemo Ken Arsenal should be very careful. As Sunderland and Bobo F on pass it. Sunderland ko go echire. now a ball long balls. Now we used to set pieces. Now one the no. Into Okogwechre also be called back five. Nodi Mukwela, Balland, and Lashrol Gertruda. Very low block. Now after isu unya player Sadiki and the Granite Jack and all which defenders name. What bad the more you pass the ball, what pass be brebe. Now ulusu ball possession, then they go long because they have Isudo. Isudo ball now drew pepper so be a Brian Bob baby so back game in the movie. It's in Quafono, I'm hacking. Sunderland board and your fair, but now enough points to say they are okay. Early goal importance. May expect Arsenal to win, but they should be very careful because Sunderland for they are gaining confidence. Chelsea no over 200 they say be as soon as was here back once and be unless say Chelsea kwa go no win him once. Wolves for teams so much some power premiership the Wolves for can be. And you want some more pam coach. And now we share Chelsea and Wolves our EFL game no. No question me woman say Chelsea for far game is the first half no more game but on one kasa and a man Wolves for the back game no back and mama game no year day. Over 200 and one day throw-ins, corner kicks, basically set pieces. One of the teams say, yeah, there were set pieces here, Tottenham, and now Chelsea. I find this solution for that. Solution day. Solution is say Tottenham able to throw in. Instead of Chelsea defending with all their 11 players, Omuma players, miensa, ekojina Tottenham was before no area, or meaning say, so what throw no and throw near Chelsea our counter attack. And now Mariska say our solution to over 200 for set pieces. I'm assuming that those solutions are going to work. So a win for Chelsea. Liverpool, Manchester City. Senka again club on the Pep Guardiola can come on a bed. Nank is seen the thousands game. Kenny, menya de just answer share Liverpool. Any Madrid game this is my 4th time. Now it looks like time will be a measure be a me who are the from. Now at Chimadrin at cinema biswa coach Anna slots attacker. Now saying me showing can your ball Aston Villa game we are say Central for Kobisa and say Liverpool your back na no say derby. Because of Bona Aston Villa for boy It's okay. And now against Real Madrid, Could say Liverpool your back now or say derby. It is because of born and Real Madrid for boy and Liverpool for born on boy. Okay. Before this game, was can the same thing say Liverpool born abano because of opponents no born or more ebono. Opponents more ben or more. Aston Villa, Real Madrid. Omunyina no press Liverpool. Omo mo bonism. Inti omo press Liverpool are able to beat their press. Inti almost mono their style of play suits Liverpool.
Chomombo opacha say no. Team say about tinko no ontino omo.
O say o bossa o Liverpool. What do I to me say? For the meantime, dear, long balls, or say a distracting game, basa. Vazobi is our games, also. What I say? He's insisting, say, Liverpool are playing well because of the opponents. It's may share from that angle. Nami di ababi din komo kakra. Ken. The reason why I started season. Na Salah esafa pano. And the ball no call from pano. Na yetadi komo say the position asasana. She last time you didn't come catch us Liverpool for air press here. Omo pressing a 4-2-4. Last season omo yesa afi omo so astart yesa. And we Liverpool press. Me no ba be din komo na Liverpool build up no. Say issues kakra wo wana. Last season Liverpool for build up a 3-2-5, and this is Liverpool versus Manchester City. Me know how be din komo kakra na hwade. 3 no ano mujire last season. Na Trent Alexander-Arnold, Konate, Virgil van Dijk. Watch the positions very well. Van Dijk agent at the left center back. Konate and agent Fifi. And a Trent agent at the right center back. Where you build up, Bruni say build up. So Liverpool kuta ball on the ball, no air core opponents afan. Again, watch the position of Mo Salah. We pay Jan in so. Maybe can somebody see a few problems kakra munya no. So much like number 10. Or also watch the position. In since Liverpool air build it up in a 3-back, meaning say the left back no or the nimbe so that they will have 5 players up front. Me know be this 3-2-5 build up the home komo. Now one of the strengths last season, Anna Mosala, it do so fast one say Trent Alexander-Arnold, ne passing ekampa into Liverpool for no almost build it up. Every time they pass the ball to the right, for Trent Alexander-Arnold to do either diagonal pass, horizontal, whichever, because only pass yipa. It's one of things, and then when Manchester City ball last season, we had to say, can't say Trent a far ball one. Mo Salah is speedy because I want any over ball no to Josco Vardiol chia obre. Na Salah kwa na only Szoboszlai and a kwasa right. So Liverpool were using that because of Trent Alexander-Arnold, the passing game, and you're bad. Okay. Ken, so what the corner Bradley? Edge na baby a Trent ijina obet me abos our passes na. Ontimi mo. Danger. Omienu nyina play so. But also ontimi mo because enye na style no. Today be am no din komo say player bia na ni profile. It is a Trent corner Bradley bar. Who your coach? What do you do? And you quite also sound structure. Structure there will say the same thing. Name the system will change. So we know didn't come on. Me catch us say Liverpool build up. No, it used to be Virgil van Dijk on the left, Konate in the middle, Trent as the right centre back. Shafi, this season. Watch the changes, Abba. It's still 3 at the back. Ocean television is one. This is Liverpool Brentford example. Na me the amount. This time around, Konate and Ejna as the right centre back. Virgil van Dijk is in the middle. Milos Kekes is at the left centre back. Oh, so Kraba. Last season, Virgil van Dijk was on the left. This season, he's in the central. Konate used to be in the middle. This season, he's at the right centre back. Milos Kekes, last season, Robertson, Okodenimpa, but this time around, Milos Kekes, Ebeka, centre backs for build up. Now, in Yama Brebre, Nababeka about Liverpool's build up this season. Milos Kekes, any issues, pa, and you want to say, or the Robertson able. Kekes are holding, they say, Okodenim. Defensively, or in Sadanya, this Afeina, Obabisnya, he's in the process of learning. Of course, he will learn. We will allow him for him to make mistakes. It's defensively on Yadeno. Born and Fawa, he suffers. But Liverpool are one thing, I am more Salah. Inti, who are coach how bad they? Are you going to allow Milos Kekes to play the way he plays so that Mohamed Salah will eventually feel sorry for not playing well? And as a still now, you find ways to bring out the best for Mo Salah. Inti, last 2 or 3 weeks, and I saw a press conference no say, Conor Bradley say the boy should stay fit.
Okay.
It is to stay fitter about Liverpool because they say, and now against Real Madrid, I saw Conor doing the under and overlapping. Underlapping, it says a Salah eka baline wa. Conor Bradley eba beshem yeka say underlapping or back in the half space. Salah ko half space. Conor Bradley will go baline. It says understanding eba and again. Conor Bradley, I am seeing. Say the last time I know many Real Madrid boy on one power or boss 7 long balls. Me who's up boss 7 long balls ni be that. It's Liverpool at tweaky kakra. Now I'm saying with Conor Bradley back with Andy Robertson playing at the left back. Say me who tweak kakra bi aba in Liverpool's build up. Me can the assist to say. Afi Manchester City so coach Pep Guardiola. When you confidence I want Nico Reali no akwadano onye left back or a central midfielder obo 8. Eto de bia nkwadaa ni mu obo 6. And the Pep Guardiola our issues are the left back. And our man Nico Reali ebo. In fact, but this season and the later parts of last season, a farmer now bro so ain't no renew crop buyer. Webebe Pranwaba, he's back. But Pep Guardiola still prefers Nico O'Reilly there. So we are going to see Salah versus Nico O'Reilly. Akwadano, now say England national team no. Thomas Tuchel asked that say air friend into also build confidence and say obobo the year obetimi akọ up. Ne strength say no one thing born for you ma oyade e form no and the issues kakra. Because defensively say Salah at its best. Na say Conor Bradley e bobo na oboy no na obe edi Salah with his under and overlapping runs at ebeboa. But my point is say senior Conor Bradley, enya GDA, na otimi yes rounds, and even with Vinicius Junior, Wilson Vinicius Junior say Liverpool area build up, otimi Sala, otimi Vini ho, na okwe ni mono. Is he going to do same against Jeremy Doku ana? Because Vini die ochi fanu so easily. Obetimi asan so atwa for Jeremy Doku so ana. So otimi yes na just say me the kind of confidence about anymore because within a matter of bare 6 days, we cheer for Vini. So, what's that? We cheer for Jeremy Doku. What confidence ever back on animal. So that is a huge battle because Doku is playing well this season. Se Doku, it's me taking 1v1. Se Ohanwa, unto me saying yes around Snibbu. Timmy, in Yemani Yamunu. Se Kono Betina Boboni ya. Chese when you GDS say 1v1 situation, you know, or Jiboni free Dokua, then he can start doing overlapping. But so okwane nye ya obesro
Pepe nkova na ne overthinking no. The last time we saw about Obodoku Central.
And that's because the reason why yes, Hannah said time will be anwa opponents because 5 at the back biano around the bread. So we decided say Obama the wingers na ako inside so that they will occupy.
Dokuna ye huni na nsen no. Unya so ebedu ba bi na onyina left o krabiem.
So Obaba inside na.
Obama no be or left or cry or man sa ro ni so betimi aba. Omra inside. But the last time Obo na nya bad.
Oh Oboniye pa. And because Pep Guardiola anytime we are team back 5 we are normally he plays Toku inside.
Okay.
But I'm assuming he said the same style no one obeko. I'm not expecting John Stones to play. I'm expecting Ruben Diaz and Josko Vardion. And honestly, say yeah, Bobo no Anford and can communicate different. But game way me expect a double chance for Manchester City. Can Mami Kombi through kakra?
Okay. Nka u radio.
Mami Kombi through kakra wadaram.
Okay.
Valekas honestly. Vallecano and there any weekendy Madrid ni Barca. Obi e ko venues a omko ho obobiro.
Certain row.
Vallecas one. So I am Madrid krom wa. Omo ye stubborn. One sider, omo pass the ball ni ye. Omo nye club omo bubo ball ni sim rough. Isi Palason, Fruitosomo, they pass the ball around. Though they will defend. Now all defend ya no ma carry ball no call wings. Now wings will not so my cross. Me low cross ba na tapping. It's a venue na Madrid it's very difficult. Nyamia dum. +1 -1 because Chouameni you call Trent Abba. Trent will occupy the right back. Send a free Fedi Valverde to play as a number 6. And on a year, send yes, in Casambesi. Because say other Guleno, we are all beginning to see say games where Madrid for taking possession, abo possession ni be day. These are games are other bits miabo. But such games, because of timing, my opponents and build the confidence because one would defeat. It's killing the confidence in terms of I'm expecting Madrid win, but as I saw making sure the first 45 minutes, I'm picking up results. Celta Vigo team, you know, Ken. When him say Celta Vigo, a team our the last 8 games on lose game. Huh? Celta 3 seasons ago, no more pre-relegation. They had the confidence to give the job to a 37-year-old Gerrardis. We bought 8 games on lose game. The last 5 games I bought, ningi na our share our confidence. And the Barca ko balai dos wo. Nemom the advantage Barcelona I want to say. Sanko for the starting league no e wo mu fie ba ku kromu wini e drunk one. And we lose to Barca. Inti Celta Vigo, yes, recently they are performing. Nemom omo draw masters. Inti Barcelona, you don't want to guard against draw because Barcelona and your drawer. Celta Vigo any ajiba Barcelona there omo tiate.
Okay.
Inti a tricky game, banana pig games ni bi because these are games are why 63 minutes to one somebody Yago Aspasi back game anymore. Normally Boja Iglesias back game. These are paying for no about how keke.
Well,
it's one of those Madrid. Tricky games ni bi.
You know, omunya careful. Valeka so okay. That is Vigo. Games, but more is at 12:30. Manchester United we game neighbor so.
Tottenham for if you don't master too.
Now, Kudus the still Tottenham is silent. Omon pese ombehu, but Enra Kudus ni. We Enra Tottenham Spurs training omokoye no Kudus bao but training pitches in the 1 year day I had training pitches say omo pitch no so omo training no na unim but okọ one ne onu ani ti see ya no tie e just say ball obetimi abobia me ma huni sanso omo hide bibi kakra na omo because Thomas Frank and the plan say wonya fit kra no ntimi mo ye nka nkyere mo said Ebema Ruben Amorim be any baby bia. The time they babe so. Match bena Enzo Maresca ka say okudu no kache players and say kufana sade no. O say no money. O kai sa make a match be. Enzo Facebook no say no be nya ba. O say on be start na do hu say nkufana nko 5 back. Sunderland. Omni Sunderland. No simple for was show musa 5 back no sanko kache players said dudi kan kache omugina omunjai mfaso bi ani so nkufo na ko 4 back nti omu ko ambefa so omno mbede nti timisi coaches ni timi yesade no ateta kra yo bi ota yesade no the key man on sadanka enso time be so na wo se player nti we ya no Kudus eco training ground so ono okọ na omunya sa image we nemo no we training with the team
kilom Tottenham and Manchester United. It's an early kick-off game and my game no a bit tricky because Manchester United Bobo Kone performance. Now Tottenham Bobo Kone so performance between these two teams. Oshabon say Oshabon keke in the Premier League. Oba James say Tottenham team no was bebre and the Manchester United Bobo Kono, especially who follow the start of the Premier League. Now her ball and Tottenham Bobo Kone ball to go to Etihad. Ekoshe Manchester City Bobo Kone 2-0. And a couple of results be about on my fan. Obey confident say Tottenham modern mono was throw. It's definitely me over Manchester United. But then again, you look at the table of the English Premier League and you get a bit confused because Tottenham Bobo Kone that sees on the Premier League table. But since now Odano over 17 points. Manchester United Bobo Kone that 8th on the Premier League table. But 8th now Manchester United Dano. Ono also was 17 points. It's between Ono and the Tottenham. Difference between these two teams. Position necessary. But in terms of points accumulation, our league log and it's only there. It is our Manchester United now her Tottenham. Difference behind Shaden this season in Premier League anymore. The only difference is that Tottenham started well and the performance of the league in Arsenal egusu ring bell in the minds of the people. Moving on from there, you look at two coaches obia be person obey bibi di ama ne ho ene the team because these two coaches back from the backdrop say Manchester United last game of boy against Nottingham Forest. Now we Kenya 3 wins successively. Watch a 3 atwaso on the trot on the bounce. No baba be against Nottingham Forest you obepe. So the next game boy against Tottenham no obe get back to winning ways. Yeah. Tottenham's also performance and then said that bad. But the last game they played against Chelsea Boboko no. Kwanya Chelsea the Tottenham faso. Esha Tottenham 1-0. Emma Tottenham loses our game now. Want to be an antidote to the Chelsea performance and the Chelsea play no. And also a raise questions kaka. It's the coach I friend said Thomas Frank. And so be person who should the team in the no be get back to winning ways. But the question is, why in Baba Beshan and Yonko this time around? No they leapfrogging in there on the league table. Tottenham Boboko the points now when you're na 17 points are accumulated this season. The home performance of the Tottenham team hasn't been good. And found say our accumulated points be and found say yes and yema ekon kind man or that seat in there and yet that bad. But obo fear and the performance in out of the 17 points. Tottenham team had the 5 for penny ofie. Oko omo ball mo home the home form on the Premier League table Tottenham the 17th. It is the away form of Tottenham and I didn't that baby or dano. Or qua away our share. Away points are 1 year this season. I am 12 out of the 17 points. It is the away performance on the Premier League log. Tottenham Bobo couldn't that first. It was no need to now our bonnet dear. A bad day to almost take your neck out. So bet me another 3 maximum points. But then again, in 24 then answer. It will be person sa narrative na da honom. Sa de na da honom say ni kom na ye negative record no. Obe breaki with Manchester United Boboko no. Kwaku. These two teams on the field of play. Adia Chelsea dey here Tottenham. I boa ma Chelsea nya win. Na ye niema mienu. The high pressing of the Chelsea team. But the big question is that Manchester United they per results, that is very true. But over to me, I press Tottenham to say Chelsea yeah. The Manchester United I have seen this season. Game omo boy, I'm who to almost press your man relenting throughout the 90 solid minutes was the first game of the season for Manchester. Only Arsenal Boboko. Almost every player on the field of play and ran it throughout 90 minutes. But from there, performance yes. I thought they were honum. But that pressing game out of forcing the opponent. So I be wayward passes. On your time. Now on your ball, na some fanya DSS or yeno. A free Arsenal game in Ebano. Minister then Manchester United Bobo Kono. So I'm about that pressing football. Against Liverpool, so Mukonya win or Anfield. Yehu kaka. But can they do same against Tottenham? Tottenham team no. But be a problem kakra jina at the left back position. Jet Spence on them. That is where Manchester United should capitalize. He's a very good player, yes. But I thought that, say inexperienced, or say a day, he's been one of the weakest links in the Tottenham team. The left side of their team. Someone also a player. I find it says Xavi Simons. Should he feature for the team on Subejina? And on that flank, only said a lot of strength to me attacking Manchester United. And Timbuemo, Amad Diallo. Ebe play key roles as a Manchester United winners our game we are. Kudus Mohamed on the other flank. Minim so hard, he's been that kind of tormentor. If you are looking at his performance this season for Tottenham, Onya goals be but he's been more of a creator. Washa one goal assisted 4 times in the Premier League this season. It's clearly. Oyobia from 5 goal contribution out of 10 matches a day. Not just a brand any performance and it was slow. Okay, kind of hoka and you might be a kind of man. But the question is on your fit. Should he even pass a late fitness test? On to me, mouth that Kudus performance I in him. Say on a good day, Starboy and the mouth. It's an advantage of the Manchester United Bobo. But you look at the Manchester United defense and you get worried at times. One of the teams who consider a lot of goals in the Premier League, Manchester United. United goals are watched this season. I have 17 goals in the Premier League. Kwaku watch 17, no consider Makumaku 16. It should Manchester United meet any attack. Be dangerous, high potent kakebia. Manchester United team would be found wanting. Osha factors way na. Now keka bi bom etiti bi free mo. The home form of Tottenham nye say they made in kan aka no. But kwaku me feel say ebe den dia Manchester United so be kwa kunya win no. Yes. Say the make say na nyina answer no. Omo be person be sesa the narrative. The trifecta attack for Manchester United Boboko nipa 3 ne be gina ni mo no. Definitely it is going to be Cunha in Buemo. Now Ebia Sesko aka ho. Sesko guso adapted to the Premier League physicality and intensity. And what the kind of former Tottenham defense in the room, Cristiano Romero since the free injury by, he's been solid for the club. Mickey van der Ven and Canasem, he's playing extremely well. Or signs to the goals a canny game now. It's the defense of the Tottenham team no, strong. And coming from the backdrop, the last Premier League game they played, they lost. But if you look at the performance they gave in the Champions League, it gives confidence. It told me a very confident coming into this particular game against Manchester United. Aside, last season, Manchester United, Tottenham did the double over them in the English Premier League. Or share Manchester United home and away. Or share Manchester United home and away, Or signing United share EFL Cup quarterfinals, or share Manchester Town, a Town ISM, or signing share in the Europa Cup final. Or share Manchester United Bobo Kone it's just last season. Almost share 4 times. Nina Tottenham share Manchester.
Isn't that a motivational enough for Manchester United players to say any kind said Tottenham team way a share to us with no one?
It could be for Manchester United a form of motivation. Say best a narrative no. The same way a sounds to be a motivation for Tottenham because and for us watching out to us for last season no. On also the home form it will be a last season with team share to us 4 there. And yes, some person say Sanema will be fear kwaku as I saw no na team share na me de Sanema. So it's also a form of motivation for the Tottenham team. And the last 7 meetings between Manchester United and Tottenham, no, 2 IND in a draw. Manchester United in Winnie and a Tottenham are winning 5. It is a Tottenham person changing the poor performance at home. There is no club or anybody else has sacrificed than Manchester United Bobo Kono. With no disrespect to Manchester United. But I'll go for a double chance for Tottenham. At just Manchester United does something extraordinary. And the surprising me, I'm hey. No Mukokunya win. But if I am placing my bets, a double chance for Tottenham, possibly a 2-1 win for Tottenham Bobo Kono. Kwaku Arsenal ne team my friend is Sunderland. And your Baba set piece football. Yes. 2 teams who believe in set pieces pa. Premier League and Baba Bishia. Arsenal, set piece expert in the English Premier League. Sunderland has also been one of those teams. About set pieces are just the Omodinia results pa. Especially the throw-ins. Ito mu mienu no mo kwa kwahia no ade ba kwa you be strength ene ye be hwe kwan mo be fa so mo be stop yo mo ho to get that results how mo be here. That is number 1. Number 2, one of the teams that was stepping in the Premier League now all performing well and surprisingly papa Sunderland coach Regis Lebris. How was setting up the team over games more depending on the opponent. Tactically he's apt or show opponents in information in the style and in the tactics. No, so I set up the team in a way, say, or they may beat the opponents ready and not the results. It's a Casifona will show more Premier League in no. I dear back confusing Enzo Maresca and say, Oshia other teams will bet me about 4 back. I no correct. But Oshia Casifona will Premier League more, no resorted to the 5 back. Because on him say, possessively, Obey better at China. Big job possession now. No, na pekwa be first defending the line, so attack you on the counter break. It's Arsenal no ne baba be bono. And yet they obe set up in a 5-4-1 formation. Defenders 5 they be go actually hono no. Gatri damo, Ballard nom. Nodi Mukele nom. Ebe gina actually hono as the 3 central defenders. Now other players are flanking omo. What is the laterals? In fin hono no. Granit Xhaka, Noah Sadiki. One of the best defensive midfielders this season. Premier League a bad dirty job, any destructive job, he's always there. I'll be a sell Jumana Diamomo. Not the fair, and so that the other flank. Now after Bertrand Traore, at the other flank. Now we'll see the Sido Ajina Muhonum. That is the 5-4-1 formation or the BREM. But the moment he wants to attack you, the shape necessary won't feel anymore. But on touching the shape of the defense, Debbie. Oh, my defender may attack him, because when you say over to me at Yesinachi, and you Tissinachi, almost all the time he keeps the defense in shape. Nipa 5 no ano mujinachiro. But so attack what transition no. Midfielders mienu no honum. Yes. It will be attacking in a 5-2-3 formation. Not flanksmen no, Life. Any Bertrand Traore. Aqua join the striker. I will see the Sido. No more Baba be 3 men up front. Not Fenema than El Honum de Amomo. Not possibly Shaka also joining. He is one player who a lot of experience. El team more they bore part this season. Coupled with the fact that he knows the Arsenal team very well. A former player of Arsenal. And the money must so anywhere. And walk coaching Chimo Liverpool and was a Premier League. It's a big play advantage at the Sunderland Bobo Kono. But so what Arsenal? The kind of form of picking this season, no. Any baller almost bought this season, especially in the just ended month. I free mu ebe kwaku. Arsenal match be o boy in October bia o she ni nyina. O sanso keep clean sheet ni nyina. Yeah. It's aside say Arsenal ebo ball no. They say all the ball beto the net. And that has been a weapon for the Arsenal team. In fact, the last 8 matches Arsenal bobo kona bono. Oma keep clean sheets. In all competitions. And clearly, so we share such a side that no matter the kind of attacking threat I oppose, it may be difficult the amount of it may be to breaking lines. Okay. The Arsenal goalkeeping department, even if you are able to beat the defense, goalkeeper Raya now or Dominic Kwano, are problematic. So better no. A kind of those days of Manchester United, Edwin van der Sar, Ferdinand and Vidic. What me between the central defensemen? Saliba and Gabriel Magalhaes in power. How to beat the goalkeeper a problem. And the Arsenal team has been solid. Bia, no problem Arsenal benya kaka the number 9 position. Make the number 9 position because Arsenal would have to change their style a bit when they are attacking. I was almost a style because Mikel Merino bet me about goals in the but watch Mikel Merino or both force number 9 in the master na kwaku baby or ya dear pan area outdoors. No correct. The strength in your throat. It's the Arsenal says the star on a lot of crosses. Eddie come because Jokeres is available. It's a there Merino never got in number 9 position at the Arsenal. It is Arsenal person win there. They have to go for a lot of crosses. And non so na Sunderland team non so ya there home pa. Some will defend the area duels. And it's that make say. E be Arsenal bobo ko benya problem kakra. Aside that, Sunderland this season and only teams on your maboko ku on Lucy match with Premier League no home.
Wow.
Yes. On Lucy home. Even on Aston Villa. E won fear. Omunya red card in the first half. Omo ball 1-1 deploy. They defended their lines well. It's a game ni a gamer. Enye easy for Arsenal bobo ko no. But me share former Arsenal home. Me share baller Arsenal about this season. The consistency and the frequency at which they score. Kwaku. It be enough for the first time this season. Sunderland they baby lose game home. Omo a strong will face the medical account. But me feel say the form of Arsenal and the consistency level when it comes to their play. Ebe play road the Arsenal bobo ko because when we say at this stage and at this stage Liverpool bobo ko no form no. Manchester City into so any that convincing no obe person obe pick points and they go honum e ko ba so obe pick form mpo a no so shall say drop bia at that time no atwim no anya de odibenya. So for me I feel say it will be a difficult game but I'll place my bet on the Arsenal team, a double chance for Arsenal, possibly a 2-1 win for Arsenal bobo ko no. Chelsea ebebo Wolves. The only problem about me stop Chelsea or Muntimin share ebe Enzo Maresca. I don't know bit me a Chelsea problem. Unnecessary rotation.
Or say a necessary.
Kwaku, it is unnecessary. So why Chelsea bobo kuna? Should Chelsea field the kind of players we know? Say we say coach in the field there. Matches be at Chelsea are dropping points. There is no way someone will drop points. So why Chelsea? No fielded the kind of players are minimum quality. Now you need to say coach in the field. Or field those players are Chelsea no problem. They play extremely well. But Chelsea problems they started whenever, especially the midfield. And had the right materials and the right players to start. na creative problem e dey to team ni mfimfin wonom e dey ama Chelsea a creative problem ni to mfimfin but the engine of the Chelsea team is broken. Chelsea, I am sure, will pick experience from the EFL Cup on the Wolves boy. Fortunately or unfortunately for Chelsea, Kwaku, Wolves' best central defender this season, and for the team Ninye, almost best central defender has been Agbadu. Agbadu has a red card or is suspended until we more game nibi. And the team and the performance in Koyi. Not the best defender and so out of the game because or suspended. You know, there is that leeway at Chelsea. Also, to be firm. Nobody results to be more expected. The quality Chelsea has shown. And then the consistency level, as I said earlier, the only thing about me in Chelsea Bobo the problem about. I say coach and the right selection, not by unnecessary rotation. Aside that, the Chelsea team has the quality to beat any form of team, especially teams like Wolves more performance and form. It's may call for a straight win for Chelsea, possibly a 2-0 win. Ever Chelsea afa. Kwaku Real Madrid, and the Vallecano game no. Madrid will form no. Okay. They have the right mental attitude to approach the game. That is very true. But Madrid, Bobo Kono, Oshon the last 4 meetings, so many Vallecano. Madrid, the winning back up and a 3-IND in a draw. And clearly, it is a side that I had difficulty. They are Real Madrid to be beat Yomo. Even with the one Madrid beat 2-1, and a Madrid share, na margin in Subebre. And a one gamer, a bit tricky. Looking at the performance of the team, and the Real Madrid now in Initiano. Madrid is in the form, a very good form, honestly speaking. But the last game they played in the Champions League, they lost against Liverpool. It's over, back from a loser, say domestically, say continentally. It puts some sort of dent on our performance. But Madrid now you knew now I ready to open G League in this season, no. And the free Barcelona and some matches like this, and this is a problem. The Real Madrid key players never standing to the test. They Kylian Mbappe this season so far over about 10 matches or 11 games in the La Liga. Now we 13 goals there. Solid. A lot of the Real Madrid goals if you on honum. I don't see the defensive men of Vallecano so almost stopping on Muhammad in goal. The Liverpool defense did it, but they have the quality more than the defenders of Vallecano. It is a Madrid and near break. So per results, Madrid and near break. So just Spanish La Liga title. This is a game they have to go all out and make sure they are going to get the 3 maximum points. You see Palazon here one player or harding for Iglesias and the other players there. Almost so much quality. Will league him this season. Debbie, it's almost putting the brakes on him. On Isi Palazona, they are good to go now. The absence of Chouameni, you know, making sure say affecting Madrid team ni bebre. He's in a very good form. It was only absence ni be critical to Krokaka. But Kamavinga Vavadi are these players are quality there no. And also feeling in well. No mutiminya results at the Real Madrid. A straight win for Madrid.
Okay. Yet was so na